We have a powerful and sacred new moon on January 21st. Happy Lunar New Year. And this is in Capricorn in Vedic Astrology. And this is going to bring us some real liberation, truth, and also really deep focus. It is the perfect time to start something new, as the new moon always is, but especially this new moon for a few reasons I'm going to tell you about. But you may be feeling a little bit serious, or still feeling a little bit a little bit heavy from like, oh, okay, I should have been getting going. Don't worry about this new moon's going to really help to kickstart you. It can bring us some feelings of introversion and maybe a little bit of anxiousness about what's next, because you're ready to get started. But as we move through this new moon, it is the perfect time. Hi, I'm Prema Gurreri, and welcome to Chart Your Path. I am so glad that you are here. I so appreciate you liking this, if it's resonating, for sharing this, and subscribing if you don't already subscribe to the channel. The more you subscribe, just the more that it helps my YouTube algorithm, and it helps get the message out to more people, and I really appreciate that. Also, I want to make you aware of that. Because this new moon is such an important new moon, and the beginning of the year, we're supposed to have our intentions, our soul goals set for the year. Well, it really hasn't been time yet with all this retrograde energy, but I want to invite you to join me on the new moon for Envision 2023. Clarify and activate your vision. Now, this is a process that I do for my clients every year, but I'm going to bring it to you just as a complimentary free offering. And yes, there will be a replay if you can't make it on the new moon. It'll be at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll go through it. I'll lead you through a deep, beautiful envisioning process. We'll have the clarity drop in all areas of life, including career and business, but all areas of life, on what it is your soul is calling you to next. The activation part in that is part of the process we go through. You'll walk away with understanding some of your next steps as well. You'll have that clarity, and you will be activated on your path for your what you want to create here in 2023. So I encourage you to join me. The link is down below in the description and in the comments, and it's completely free. And feel free to share it with other people as well. So this new moon in Capricorn is on January 21st. It's in Uttara Ashada. And it is very auspicious in the fact that it is the timing that it is, and the nakshatra that it is, and the placement. This is, we call it the universal star. It's a very, very powerful placement. And it is also happening at the same time as we just had some transits, which I'll talk a little bit more about after I talk about the new moon. But Saturn has just moved in Vedic astrology from Capricorn to Aquarius on the 17th. Mercury went direct on that day as well. And Mars went direct finally. Thank God, our mojo is going to be returning, our inspiration. That was a long haul of Mars being retrograde. So no worries. The energy is coming back. Clarity is coming back. And the shift of Saturn is really, really big, because it's calling us into our social dharma in a big way. If you're wanting to know more about that and how all that affects you, of course, you can book a reading with me. I'm running a special right now, half price for readings, and that's for the 2023 readings. I'll talk about the transits and whatever's most important to you, and that link is down below in the description and comments as well. So Uttara Ashada is the universal star. It is really there's a connection to the sun and the Navamsha, and this is leadership from the inside out. It really helps us to connect to those universal truths. And look, the more truth that we have, the more light that we have, the better choices that we can make, and the more we can come together with those who are in alignment with us, our soul family, our soul group, the communities that we can make a difference together with. This is in this powerful placement, the symbol is the elephant's tusk, Ganesha. The blessings that help us break through those obstacles in all of our activities, what we're doing, and of course in our vision that we are creating new. Ganesha is the great remover of obstacles. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And there is great humanitarian concern for equality with this new moon as well, and also with Saturn moving into Aquarius. So it really makes us aware of our service, of our gifts. And I'm very passionate about helping you understand your gifts as far as the Sacred Wealth Code goes. The quiz link is down below. That's free for that as well. Because where your Sacred Wealth Code is in your soul blueprint in your chart is where purpose and prosperity intersects, and how that is placed. So this is a time we're really being called to bring our gifts forward. And how does that serve the collective? How does that serve the greater good? Who can we come together with on that? The gods here in this nakshatra is the Vishwadevas, and they give us really the power of truth and joy and willpower, like that confidence and that third chakra will to move forward and to do and influence the world more than the world is pushing us around. Abundance and connection to those who have come before us, our ancestors and more, and receiving that guidance. And they it is a placement where we really can be victorious, and with that deep focus and that commitment to what it is that we are bringing forward. The motivation for this new moon is spiritual liberation. Now, new moons, of course, is always when we want to plant our seeds for something new. So that's your vision for the year. And the spiritual liberation of that is also when you are really on your soul purpose and not on trying to walk the path of somebody else. Now, there is a portal that's open with this new moon to really sit in the spiritual unknown. It's time to really create space and go within and allow this vision to come to you. And it will come to you if you open up the door. So more time in meditation. Join in on my Envision 2023 free offering, and that will be a perfect thing to do during this time. But give yourself more space for the next vision to drop through, because this is a placement of great insight and the ability to really deeply focus in order to allow that insight to come through, and also to be able to take action on whatever it is that has come through to you. Now, as far as taking action goes, we might feel still a little bit of heaviness around relationships and connection until we get to the 23rd, because Venus is going to be right conjunct with Saturn, and that'll just be for a very short period of time. So after that, we should feel much freer in our relationships with Venus moving, much freer to connect with others around our social dharma. And once we know what our vision is, who can we connect with? We're really being called over the next 2.5 years to do that with the placement of Saturn, taking our social purpose, our social dharma. How can we unify? And how can we contribute together to the paradigm shift that we're in to create the change that is right and true for us and our belief systems, to disengage from where we're being programmed, from where we're being so pushed and influenced by the matrix. And when we come together, we're so much more powerful with like-minded, like-hearted in our soul groups and our soul families, and to unify for being able to bring our personal gifts forward for the common, for a common goal, even though we have our uniqueness in that. But then, we are each a beautiful colored thread in the tapestry of life, or in the tapestry of a particular movement. So all of that is coming through because there is this quest for social justice, for, really living truth, for a higher ideal for humanity with Aquarius, where Saturn is now. That is a very humanitarian placement. And so that's going to be coming into our awareness. And if your gifts, the things that you want to bring forward or are bringing forward, whether that's through a project or business or your career, whatever that is, you're going to find the things that are very humanitarianly, I don't even know if that's a word, that have a humanitarian focus there is going to be a lot more choice and a lot more awareness and a lot of healing that comes up for all of us over the next 2.5 years with Saturn in this placement. I talk about all of the transits for the year in my 2023 forecast and healing, divinely aligned, and that's still at a discount price, and that's down below as well. Or of course you can book that reading, and I'll talk about it very personally for you. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Please join me for Envision, a totally free offering, and let's create an Envision together, and let's take this very interesting and very challenged journey that we have been on over the last few years here. And with the opening that we have, let's envision something together where we can really make the shift that we want in our hearts and that we're here to make. All right, I appreciate you greatly, and so much love to you. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing this as well.